Ooh, how do I choose my next read? Great question. It kind of depends. It depends on if I'm in a slump. It depends on if I'm in a particular mood. I'm definitely a mood reader. So if I'm not in the mood for something, I won't want to read it. Right now, the last couple books I've been choosing to read on stream, at least because I am also somebody that will sometimes read multiple books at a time. So I'll have a book that I'll be reading on stream, and then I'll have a book that I'll be reading like before I go to bed. But for the books that I've been reading on stream, I have been trying to work my way through my book of the month books because I have a whole stack of books that I got from book of the month and just haven't read them yet. And so that's what I've been working through. And so I kind of just will grab a couple of them that I think sound interesting, and I'll read the synopsis and then choose from there. But actually, okay, wait, let me go grab a couple, and I will, if you want to hang out with me for a couple more minutes, I will pick my next read right here on this stream. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, these these are the books. I'm holding them the wrong way. These are the books that I have yet to read. Oh, yes, that would be awesome. I would love to read your short story. That's something that I actually kind of want to get into, is writing a little bit more. And I actually have, if you want to, I just started a Substack last week. I don't know if you've heard of Substack, but it's like kind of email newsletter, but also like mixed with social media a little bit, but it's like a place where you can post articles and you can post like shorter things like social media and kind of scroll through, and you can get you can like send things to like email subscribers and all the different things. But anyways, I wanted to just start creating more, and I really want to get back into writing because I've always really liked writing, and I've written quite a bit of poetry, and I've done some writing like I especially back in school, and I've always really liked it. So I posted my first article on Substack. My like username or whatever is the same. It's Time to Laugh 34. And I actually started an Instagram as well that I'm still very new to all of the content creation stuff. So I don't really have it fully built out, but it's the same. My Instagram is time to laugh dot 34 because I wanted to have everything be pretty uniform. But I have the link to my Substack in the bio of that Instagram. And then I don't know if I think I can add another link to my Twitch channel, like bio or whatever. So maybe I'll add it there too. But that's another, if you want to read some of my writing, I want to try to post at least once a week there. I don't know if I'll do like full short stories, but if I do, I could probably add links there. But yeah, if you want to drop the link to a short story, I'd love to read it and get you some feedback. That'd be awesome. I will say I'm not qualified necessarily to give feedback, but like, I'm absolutely willing to give feedback just as a reader and, just different thoughts and things like that. But so these are the books from Book of the Month. Sorry, there we go. That I have yet to read. And they've just been sitting happily on my bookshelf. I actually had a little bit of an issue with the last time I tried to pick a book from here. I had gotten a couple, like I think these are two other ones, which is so funny how you can literally tell that like these ones that are more colorful covers are probably going to be romances or more kind of upbeat, happy things. And then these ones are more like psychological or just, because they're muted and whatever. And so before I started the Passion Project book, I was looking at different books and was like, okay, maybe let's try reading something that's a little bit different, like a different vibe, not a romance. And so I ended up picking this book called Among Friends. And I read like 60 pages, I think, and like basically did a whole stream reading that book, and it just was not great. Like the writing itself wasn't bad necessarily. It was a little bit, it felt a little bit try hard, like he was really trying to be like literary fiction and like write a classical book kind of. But it just felt really disjointed. So it was kind of hard to read, kind of hard to get into. But really, what made me not enjoy it was that it was so depressing. Like the characters, they all had their issues, but like the way that they were talking, the way that they were interacting with each other, it was just rough. And so I read 60 pages of it, and I ended and I was like, okay, I felt bad after reading it, and I never want to feel that way when I'm reading. Like obviously there's some books that are going to make me cry, or there's some books that are going to make me, think about my life and all the different things, make me introspective, but I never want to like feel heavy and bad after reading a book, and that's kind of how I felt. And so I decided to look into reviews of the book, which I don't always do. Like I actually rarely read reviews, just because one, I don't want to see spoilers, and two, I don't want to go into books having a certain like prejudice against it. I want to just go into it open-minded. And so I typically don't, but I went in because I had already read some of it. I went in and started reading some reviews, and they were there. Most of them were not great. Like it wasn't good. And then I eventually realized that one of the reviews kind of gave a spoiler, but it was a kind of a big one, because it, in the synopsis of the book, it says that there's like this big, thing that comes to light, or something that happens, and there's like a bunch of conflict. But then in the review, it told me what that was, and I was like, yeah, I'm not reading this, because it was something that is kind of illegal. Like sexual abuse and things like that. So I was like, I'm not going to do that. So I ended up DNFing it, did not finish it, which I rarely do. I think there's maybe been 2 or 3 books in my whole life that I've DNF'd. But also, I get a lot of my book recommendations from people, so that lends itself a little bit more to not ever DNFing a book. But anyways, I'm rambling at this point. So these two I probably won't read. I mean, I will read them eventually. I just don't know if I want to read them on stream, because for streaming purposes, I just feel like reading something that is more upbeat or just has more going on is just better. Yes, okay, see, that's good. I want people to start putting warnings in stuff, because that can be really triggering for people. Like if you don't know that there's going to be sexual abuse in a book, or you don't know that there's going to be, all these things, you get into it and then you're like, oh my gosh. And then it, brings up all this stuff. And if you're not fully healed from something like that, that can be really hard to then process through. I do understand that people will write about things like that because maybe they have gone through it, and that's their way of process, or that's their way of kind of, sharing their story and relating to people. And I do know that even if you've gone through that, if you're healed from it, that can be a way to see yourself in literature. And I think that's what's so beautiful about books, is that we get to find little pieces of ourselves in these fictional characters. And there's definitely been times where I have felt that and been able to relate to characters, and it's actually helped me realize certain things, or bring some things up that I didn't really realize how I felt about something or whatever. And so I think that that's the beauty of books and writing in general. But I do think that content warnings and things should be required for books, because that can be a dangerous thing. And I don't think you can rely on people doing reviews or, word of mouth to communicate those content warnings. I think that they should be like in the, like on the dust jacket or in the synopsis or something. Like, I think you can do it without giving away the big points, but just putting content warnings in there. But anyways, I digress again. So, these ones I will sorry about that. These ones again, I will definitely read at some point, but I think for stream, maybe not. So I'll put those ones to the side for now. Let's see. I know these two were definitely ones that were in the running for this last one before I chose the Passion Project. This one, I don't think it's a romance book. It's called The Griffin Sisters' Greatest Hits. I do love music, so that one could be kind of fun, but since I do have a friend with me right now, is there one of these you think, or would you want me to read the synopsises and kind of tell you like what the gist is and you can help me decide? Because that's so fun. I mean, obviously I can make the decision, but it's fun to include people. Or I have this one too, the Silver Elite. And this one I think is more of it's like a fantasy, which I haven't read a fantasy on here yet. I've mostly just been reading romance. So if that's something that you'd want me to do too, I could do that. Ooh, now I'm torn. I don't know. Maybe I should try something a little bit different. I don't know. Skull Gamer, what do you think? Do you have any thoughts for me? Any ones that stick out? Right? I know. It's pretty short too, so that would be a fun little, like, cute one. I'll definitely read that one. Maybe I'll pick a different one for this next book that I read, but then this one will be my next one. So I'll leave it on my shelf here so that I can remember that that's what I'm going to read next. Okay, so I think I'm going to do either this one or this one. Which one do you think? Should I do this one, which is a little bit more like literary fiction, friendship, or this one, which is a little bit more fantasy, magic? Oh, I don't know. This one also is a series. It's the first in a series, so I don't know. Let's see if there's ratings on Fable and see which one has more. Because as of this one, I think fantasy and magical, amazing. You're making it easy on me, and I love it. That's great. Okay. Next stream, we will dive into this also. I love, because Book of the Month, they gave you like the little special version with the... Oh, that's always a good question. Am I ready to start a series? Wait, let's see if all of the books are out. I feel like that's always a good question for me too. Let's see. Silver Elite. Because I think I am ready to start a series, because I actually do really enjoy reading series, but the question is whether I would want to read all of the series on stream. I think it would maybe depend on how I feel about the first book. Because I'm also, I mean, unless it ends on an insane cliffhanger, if I don't like it a ton, then I would probably just stop reading the series. But okay, let's see. The Silver Elite. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like the second book of the series is coming out May 12th, 2026. So we'd have a couple months until the second, which actually could be kind of fun. If I read it now, it's not so far in the future that I would forget everything about this, but then that would give me some time to read some other books in between, and then when the second one comes out, I could read it. That's kind of a fun idea. Or should I wait until a little bit sooner? Me just trying to figure out what I'm going to read. This is so funny. Very me, though, I feel like. Oh, that's so funny. I mean, I'm sure it will end on a cliffhanger since there's a second book, but let's see. 4.10. Okay, let me fully read the synopsis really quick and remember. Okay. I'm sold. It does sound actually really interesting. Okay, I think I'm gonna read this one for my next stream. That's when I'll start it. So if you want to come back, I My goal right now is to stream every Monday at 10 a.m. And I usually end up going from like 10 to noon. Obviously, like this stream, I go a little bit longer. If pushing the time back a little bit would be helpful for some people so they can tune in a little bit easier, let me know. But that's kind of been my, I like the Monday morning reading nook has been kind of fun. Last week I wasn't able to stream on Monday because I had to work, so I worked Monday and had Tuesday off. But yeah, that's kind of been my, yeah, Pacific time. Yeah, I live in Washington State, so that's when I stream Mondays at 10 a.m. So if you want to come back, I will start. Okay, well, that is everything for today, you guys. Thank you, Sklo Gamer, for chatting with me and for just dropping into the stream. I'm having so much with these streams. I'm still very new to the whole process, but I'm having a lot of fun. And yeah, if you have any friends that you think would like it, let them know. Definitely just follow me if you'd like to see what I'm up to, and you can follow me on Instagram and follow me on Substack, all the different things. But yeah, I'll see you next Monday. Thanks, guys.